Hi everyone, I'm Rincey and this is Rincey Reads. So this week is the UnderHyped Readathon and I have never been able to participate in this before, but things seem to be working out and so I think I'm going to give it a try this time around. I will have a link it down below to Charlotte's video with the announcement and everything like that, but the general idea is that this is a week-long readathon where you read books that are generally underhyped, and underhyped can mean whatever you want it to mean, whether it be underhyped based on Goodreads reviews, like the number of ratings that there are, or underhyped on BookTube. I also think that this readathon in general is underhyped, but that just might be a fun coincidence that's happening. I highly recommend it. It runs from Saturday through Friday, which I actually like a lot. So I have a stack of books here. I don't think I'm going to read all of these books. My goal is to read 3 of these books, or to finish 3 of these books, which would be really nice, but just the way my reading life has gone recently, I don't seem to be finishing books very quickly, but who knows, maybe this readathon will really get it going. So I'm currently reading The Good Lord Bird by James McBride, which probably couldn't count as an underhyped book since it won the National Book Award. However, I don't find people talking about it on BookTube like at all, so I'm going to consider it underhyped, but honestly I'm trying to finish this before the readathon starts. I'm about halfway through the book right now and I'm really enjoying it, and I kind of just want to finish this off before the readathon starts, or just make this the first book that I finish once the readathon starts. The other book that I am currently reading is A Tyranny of Petticoats, edited by Jessica Sportswood. This is a collection of short stories, and all of these short stories are written by a bunch of different young adult authors. There are people in here like Marie Lu, Marissa Meyer, Beth Revis. There's 15 stories in here. I've already read 2 of them, and this could technically be considered underhyped, but it doesn't come out until early March, so that might just be why it's underhyped so far. But I think that this is just a really great collection and I'm going to be reading this. This is kind of like the book I'm reading during work. And then the rest of these books are basically all like legitimately underhyped in my opinion. The first one I have is Amanda Downham's Dreams of Shreds and Tatters. I received this from Solaris Books sometime last year and never read it. This one only has 189 reviews on Goodreads, so I think that counts as underhyped. I believe this book is supposed to be fantasy/urban fantasy. I'm not exactly sure what to expect from it, but it's relatively short. The font size is, you know, pretty average. So I'm hoping that this one will be a fast read. The next one that I have in this stack is The Salinger Contract by Adam Langer. I actually got this in a Book Riot quarterly box, which means that I've had this for probably like 2 years now since I haven't renewed my quarterly box subscription. But this one has less than 1,000 reviews on Goodreads. I think it's around the 700 or 800 mark, and I'm not even completely sure what it's about. It sounds like it's supposed to be like a mystery thriller type situation, and again it's relatively short. The font is actually bigger in this one compared to the other book, so I feel like this one would be a really good one to just knock off my TBR list. Next up I have Burn Baby Burn by Meg Medina. This is an art copy. This book also comes out in early March from Candlewick Press. I feel like Meg Medina in general is relatively underhyped on BookTube, or maybe I'm just not following the right people because I don't follow a lot of young adult booktubers, but I really enjoyed reading Yaki Delgado Wants to Kick Your Ass. I read that last January and really enjoyed it, and so I was sent an advanced reader's copy for her new book that's coming out in March, and I kind of want to see what it's all about. This takes place in the 1970s in New York City while the serial killer Son of Sam was out, you know, murdering people as a serial killer does. Oh, and that book only has like 30 reviews on Goodreads because it hasn't come out yet. And then the final book that I have is a reread, and that is The Well and the Mind by Jen Phillips. If you saw my 2016 goals video, you know that this is one of the books that I wanted to reread this year, and I find that this book is severely underhyped. It has around 2,000 reviews on Goodreads. There are some people who have read it, but I feel like no one really knows about this book at all, so I kind of want to reread it and see if it holds up to what I remember loving so much, or maybe I'll reread it and realize there's a reason why no one reads this book. This book takes place in, I believe, the 1930s in Alabama, and it just starts off with this young girl who ends up seeing a woman throw her baby into a well. So yeah, those are some of my options to read over the week. Obviously, there's a chance that one of these could be a total dud and just doesn't really work well for the readathon, but I'm going to just try really hard to read as many of those as possible. If you read any of these books, feel free to leave a comment down below, although based on the UnderHyped Readathon idea, it's very unlikely that any of you have. But if you are participating in the readathon this week, feel free to leave a comment down below letting me know. So yeah, that's all I have for now, and thanks for watching.